Hi everybody, this is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and this is a real quick haul video. I'm over here in Jersey today, and so I'm probably going to be leaving these things here when I head back into Philly later today. So I thought I would do this quick video and just show you some of the things that I picked up from two shops where I stopped this morning. Excuse me. The little Pyrex primary blue bowl. It seems like every time I find these orphan bowls, it's always the little blue one. So I've probably sold 3 or 4 of these. 10, 15, maybe 12 bucks or so for the little Pyrex blue primary. The cool Boston vacuum mount pencil sharpener is the only thing it's missing is there would have been a little tiny rubber cap right here. Not a huge deal. This one is really nice. The industrial black finish on it. It's clean. There's no rust on it, but it just has a really nice original finish. These were not made in Boston. This one was actually made in North Carolina by the Hunt Manufacturing Company. And I can tell by the label on it, which is, or not the label, but this is going to be hard, very difficult to see. Have I got it upside down? Yeah. Hunt, there you can see, Hunt Manufacturing Company of Statesville, North Carolina. This company has been in business for a long time. They made fountain pens. They were located in Camden, New Jersey, and then they moved around. They wound up in North Carolina. But sometime in the 20s, they acquired the Boston, I think it was called the Boston Pen Company or the Boston Pencil Sharpener Company. And they just kept the name Boston on their pencil sharpeners. Made in the 1960s, early to mid 60s. Nice industrial look. That should bring about maybe 20 bucks. The suction cup part still works, which I'm not going to do that on this counter, but that's what that is. McCoy pitcher, probably from the 70s, blue and pink. That's probably going to go to a flea market. Some of the stuff that doesn't bring a whole lot of money, or there's several of them online, I'll wait and take to a flea market. I usually do 2 flea markets in the spring and maybe a couple in the fall. So I'll probably save that for that. These creep me out. I've always been creeped out by the tragedy and comedy mask. So I can't wait to sell them. They are chalkware, which you can see. Chalkware, you know, it's very light, so you know it's chalkware. There are no chips on them, which is chalkware just chips like crazy. The paint usually doesn't hold up well. Oh, I'm sorry. 50 cents, 5 bucks, which was way more than I wanted to pay, but I'll sell that for about 20. This was $1. These guys were, I think, like $4, like $1.99 each. I didn't find these. I didn't do a whole lot of research, but these will probably sell for, I might ask, about 25 bucks for them. I think they date to the 50s or 60s. They really are in great shape. Tragedy, comedy mask. And then back here, this is also probably going to go to, this reminded me of Winnie the Pooh, so I bought it. I didn't know a whole lot about it when I bought it. I knew it was a baked bean pot. And it's made by the this, you'll never see that. There's a maple leaf on the bottom. It's called Western stoneware. And I think this was made in the 70s. There you can see a little bit better. This is, I mean, it's in excellent condition. It weighs a ton. Doesn't bring a whole lot of money online, so this is another thing that I might just keep and take to a flea market this spring. These are all over the place, but a nice set. It's missing the flower. There'd be a bigger one here, which would be flower, and then sugar, coffee, and tea. It's not West Bend. They're not marked. In respectable shape. There really aren't any dents in them. They're in good shape. The coffee has, you can see there is a line of a mark, and there's a line right there. But they're not rusted. They're not dented. The lids all come off. These things are just notorious for not really surviving in great shape. You know, when I was a kid, these were in everybody's garage, because when they went out of style in the 70s, the man of the house, or the woman of the house, put them in their garage, and they kept nails and like hardware and stuff in them. So that's how a lot of these got beat up, I think, is they just were sent to the basement or the garage. So, I don't know, 15, 18, maybe 20 bucks for the 3 of these 1950s kitchen canisters. Again, there would have been a flour, and then sometimes there's even a smaller one that says grease, when people would save grease or recycle it. These are 2 1940s dresser lamps. The glass is in perfect shape. It's really good glass, high quality glass. And what I'll do with these is I will take them completely apart, shine up the metal pieces, which have a really light coat of rust that I can get off easily. And then the sockets on these are good. I will rewire them with some old reproduction electric cord that would be appropriate for these. These were made, these are just like screaming 1940s, and it's all glass. There aren't any chips or anything in this glass. The glass is in really good shape, except for my fingerprints all over it. And these are kind of, I will sell them without shades, because I'll let whoever purchases these to decide what they want to do about shades. These are really, well, they're Art Deco, of course, but you could also kind of say in the style of Hollywood Regency, and that's a term that's thrown around quite a bit. Hollywood Regency, probably the leading designer of Hollywood Regency would be Dorothy Draper, who really was a household name as an interior decorator in the 30s and 40s, and I don't know if she coined the phrase, but she was probably the leading designer in Hollywood Regency. That style is big, over the top, lots of color, lots of glass, lots of chrome, lots of mirrors, big bold prints. Color schemes were often like black and gold or black and white. Cabbage rose upholstery was on everything, and you know, during the Depression, 30s and 40s, people didn't have anything. They watched these glamorous Hollywood movies, and all the stars, you know, the female stars would have these on their dressing tables. So this really, you know, glamorous, sort of over-the-top style, luxury, chrome, glass, mirrors, bold colors, bold prints is what's really thought of as Hollywood Regency. So I'll probably say Art Deco Hollywood Regency 1940s pair of dresser lamps. They were $5 each. I did pay 10 bucks for these at my local, or at a local, Habitat for Humanity resale. And I love going there. It's an awesome cause. They do great work with the restoration of old houses, and so those are cool. Last thing I'll show you is this, and I studied this for a while before I picked it up. It is, well, it is the only thing you can just barely see on the back, the remnant. The back is pretty scratched, but you can just barely see Japan on that label, and this isn't, again, this isn't really focusing. You can see my reflection. Do you see Japan? Anyway, it is made in Japan. I think it's late 50s or early 60s. It kind of falls into that exotica type category. I can just see this on somebody's blonde coffee table with a set of 1960s tumblers on it. This is black lacquer. It's in good shape, although it's hard to see with all the reflections in the light. These are little mother of pearl circles, and I knew they were mother of pearl when I saw them, but I also knew they were not synthetic. If you look at the backs, you can tell that it is authentic mother of pearl and not they're not plastic. So it's well made. It has a nice design on it. Again, I'm going to say late 50s or early 60s. I think I did find a couple online that were obviously made by the same company, because they had these mother of pearl circles and the construction was identical. I didn't see any that had sold. The folks online were asking like over $100 for their trays. I'm not going to go anywhere near that, but I thought it was really cool, so that's why I got it. So that's it. That's my little tiny thrift haul. One Goodwill store and Habitat for Humanity. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time.